All right, everyone. Today we are breaking down a T20 World Cup match that just completely, and I mean completely, defied all expectations. This wasn't just some regular win. No, this was a statement, a result that sent shockwaves through the entire tournament.
So let's just dive right into this, because that is exactly what went down in the clash between Nepal and Italy. You look at the numbers, you look at the predictions, the form guide, everything, and I mean everything, pointed in one direction. But cricket, as we all know, is a funny, funny game.
To really get just how big of a shock this was, we've got to rewind a little bit. Let's look at the context, the whole setup, heading into this really pivotal Group C match in Mumbai.
Okay, so in one corner, you've got Nepal. This is a team that was absolutely brimming with confidence, right? They had just pushed a powerhouse like England to a nail-biting 4-run loss. They had batting depth and aggressive style. They were made for these conditions. And then, in the other corner, you have the World Cup debutants, Italy. After a pretty tough opening loss to Scotland, they were seen as the massive underdogs, just hoping to put up a decent fight.
So, with that kind of contrast in form and experience, how did it all translate into the pre-match predictions? Well, it's probably no surprise that pretty much all the experts saw this as a very one-sided affair.
And wow, the numbers really tell the story here, don't they? A staggering 73% win probability for Nepal. I mean, according to all the data, this was supposed to be a straightforward victory for the Rhinos. Almost a foregone conclusion, really.
And it wasn't just the data geeks either. Experts, prediction models, you name it. They all pointed to one single outcome: a comfortable, routine win for Nepal to get their World Cup campaign right back on track. But from the very moment that first ball was bowled, that entire script, the one everyone had written, it got thrown right out the window. Italy didn't just show up to compete. They showed up to completely dominate.
The Italian bowling attack was just relentless. Absolutely relentless. They completely dismantled the very same batting lineup that had pushed England to the absolute brink just a few days earlier. They showed incredible control and, honestly, some brilliant tactical skill.
And the man leading that charge was Christian Kalagamaje. He finished with the incredible figures of 3 for 18. Now what that means is he took 3 crucial wickets while only giving away 18 runs. He just ripped the heart out of Nepal's batting, including getting the huge wicket of their captain, Rohit Paudel. His spell was a total game-changer.
And Kalagamaje wasn't alone out there. From the other end, Ben Meninti was just unbelievably economical. To give up only 9 runs from your full 4 overs in a T20 match, that is simply world-class bowling. He completely choked the run flow, and that just built up immense pressure that created even more chances.
So, the result of all this incredible pressure? While the heavy favorites, the team with all the hype and expectations, they couldn't even bat out their 20 overs. They completely collapsed for just 123, a total that was way, way below par, and gave Italy a golden opportunity.
With a pretty small target of only 124 to win, the stage was officially set for Italy's batters to step up and make history for their country. And let me tell you, they did not disappoint.
They did it in absolutely breathtaking style, led by an incredible performance from the Mosca brothers, Anthony and Justin. Just look at those numbers on your screen. That is pure destruction. Anthony was especially explosive, hammering 6 sixes on his way to an unbeaten 62 from just 32 balls.
And you have to love this story for Justin. I mean, think about it. After the heartbreak of getting out on the very first ball against Scotland, he comes back and plays this sensational, mature innings. That right there shows incredible character on the biggest stage in the world.
So look, this wasn't just a win. It was an absolute masterclass that just completely shattered records along the way. A 10-wicket victory with 44 balls left to spare. That is beyond emphatic. And in the process, the Mosca brothers set a new T20 World Cup record for the highest partnership by siblings, surpassing the famous Akmal brothers of Pakistan. Just amazing stuff.
So what does this incredible, honestly historic result actually mean for the rest of the tournament? Well, it changes pretty much everything.
For Italy, this is an announcement on the world stage. It's their first ever World Cup win, and it puts them right in the mix for qualification. But for Nepal, wow, it's a devastating blow. It leaves their campaign in a really, really tricky spot after 2 straight losses.
But ultimately, this result does so much more than just give Italy a historic win. What it does is it blows one of the tournament's toughest, most competitive groups wide open. This stunning upset means that from here on out, every single match is basically a knockout. What a result, and what a story for Italian cricket.